Hello everyone, Lone here, back with some more things on the internet because that's what we do, and this video is gonna be a little bit different compared to my other videos. When I think about it though, they are all very random, so I guess it's chaos within the chaos, but in this case I think it is chaos versus K-them. And who's K-them in this case? Well, no other than Seth Everman, because if you put an image of him and me side by side, and then you made find 5 difference between these two images, you will find about 95 different things. So we're not very similar when I think about it. I am It's-a-me, Mario, to
He's Luigi.
I am Mario to his Waluigi.
I am Diddy Kong to his Donkey Kong. Don't ask why. Though of course me and Seth do have a couple of things in common. You know, like Fat Pikachu being the absolute best Pikachu. You could say it literally have the greatest Pika performance of all times. And of course we like both old games, and we have cats, and we like music. And I think that is something that connects us deeply. And I will be bold to say I have been a huge fan of Seth for many years, you know. It would be a bold lie otherwise to say, because ever since I saw him for the first time years ago, it's been fun, you know. It's been a fun ride. You know, for me, Seth is definitely a big part of YouTube in many ways. And all these little random shenanigan videos he uploads, amazing. So it was quite a surprise when he uploaded about quitting YouTube. And that is why we're here today. We're gonna be checking out his video, Stop Asking Why I'm Quitting, which is his latest video up 3 weeks ago. And on 27th of November, which is ironically the same day I have a time with my therapist. Coincidence? Most likely, but still, I find it kind of funny. And maybe I shouldn't find that funny, but here we are. But yeah, we're gonna go through that video a little bit and exploring a little bit more about Seth Everman and his decision to quit YouTube and his reason and all of that here. So here we are, Stop Asking Why I'm Quitting. And I'm happy Seth have his name on his shirt, so it makes it easy for me to remember his name. And of course, if you get lost, it's easy, like, is your name Seth? Aw, that's good, Seth. Now, get Seth go. Oh god, maybe I should get my name on my shirt, so when I'm gaslighting myself, when I'm looking in the bathroom mirror, I see my name and I know for sure, like, you can go through this, Michael. Yeah! And though, before I do actually start, is that I actually mailed Seth once a couple of years ago. It was, when the fuck was that? I don't remember. It was a long time ago at least. Probably like 5 years or something at least. And I actually wrote to him because I wanted to do an, like, D&D campaign, you know. I wanted to invite people for it. And I asked if he was interested to join, you know. And I didn't expect anything, you know, especially not an answer, but he actually did reply. He declined, but he was very polite, so I actually had some interaction with Seth. And from the little I had, he's very polite, and honestly, I still hope one day, though, I can invite him to some Dungeons and Dragons or whatever kind of fucking game it would be, because I think that would be fun. I think he seems to be the kind of guy that would be fucking hilarious to play with. And yeah, I just want to shoehorn that in because, you know, my old stories where I touch Seth Everman's mailbox a little bit. That's definitely another thing, I think. Ah, well, whatever. You know what? Let's jump right into this end.
This video has it all. My trip to Poland where I finally got to meet Skrillex,
Ooh.
the answers to all your questions about why I'm leaving YouTube, and if I'll be deleting all my videos. Something exclusive.
Oh my god. I am curious about number 3 there. That was a little bit of Minecraft thing going on there, right?
I've worked on for a year, and also the worst memes and questions you sent me, starting with this one. How do you
Yeah, I feel that one.
envision your funeral? Hopefully dead. You make
Yeah, I mean, it would be fun though if your funeral was kind of lively. I would say. But then again, the funeral makers, I guess that would fuck up their livelihood, wouldn't it? How does that work? I work with death, but I'm earning a livelihood. It really don't.
make my toes throb. Thank you,
Cool.
Scooby-Doo gummy vitamin something.
You know, Totally digging that for sure.
That was not a question. Can I come live in your mansion? I don't have the mansion anymore. Do you know how expensive it is to keep up 25 rooms? Very. It was 1 year of fun, depression.
Yeah. I mean, that is a big ass house. It reminds me actually where the sofa I got now. I actually got from a couple that have like this kind of little mansion thing going on. They were selling because they were moving kind of all their shit and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I got it for very cheap, yay! So yeah, mansions are very big and expensive, man. And it's honestly kind of scary. What the fuck? There are ghosts in every corner of those buildings. Have you seen those? It's terrifying, my god.
Where I quickly realized I wanted to downsize, especially after spending 95% of the time in one room, which also happened to be where I had my computer. I spent 5 years living in my house, but I think that's coming to an end too. I'm moving back into the city to my tiny apartment, and that's why I'm also renting this tiny music studio office room. I used it because I had drums and the grand piano and stuff, and that doesn't really work in a tiny apartment.
No. That grand piano is huge, my god. My family, when I was living on the countryside, we had like one of these big pianos. Not a grand piano, but it was a piano. And inside of them, they have like, at least this old one we had, it was, the core of it is made out of like a skeleton of lead. So it's heavy as fuck. I don't even know how we got inside the house to begin with. It's fucking impossible. Piano, more like piano, not piano. That kind of ruined the joke. Oh well, whatever. And living in an apartment, and I can feel that. I live in literally this room you're seeing here right now is everything I have. I have this room, a little bathroom, and a little kitchen. That's it. I wish I had one more room because then I could at least have a separation from like where I'm doing like YouTube videos and bedroom, but I don't want a too big fucking apartment or building or house or anything like that. That's just scary. And too much to clean. I am depressed. Do you think I'm gonna keep up cleaning? No? I won't. I'm depressed. I don't have time for that. I have only time to be sad and filled of anxiety and dealing with my luscious bed. Also, it makes me kind of nervous to see T800 in the background. They're staring at me for some reason. That is the kind of thing I would wake up walking around in the middle of the night, like, and a shiny light, and then I shit myself about, oh, well, I don't need to go to the bathroom now. Instant relief.
Tried, but now in my everyday life, I pretty much just need one room for my computer and maybe a synth, except I feel bad for Ronald.
Aww, Ronald is so cute, my god. That's adorable. Oh god. He reminds me so much about Smokey. Though Smokey doesn't have his face smashed in, though he could probably have that because he's dumb as fuck and probably would run into a wall in very high speed. Question of high speeds. And he is also that kind of clumsy. I love him.
An inspiration to bald men everywhere. Who is your favorite historical bald figure?
Egg.
It's not an
Squeaks? I never heard of Squeaks before. Is it like squeaky shoes?
Or anything. I'm gonna turn off GTS for this. I don't know how to talk to you guys about this. I just want to say, recently on stream, people have been treating me pretty poorly, and I don't want to be your punching bag anymore. So I just want to let you know, like, a lot of people say I ask for it, and I seriously don't. Genuinely. It's like actually getting to the point where it's a little ridiculous.
Would you...
I love that mug, man. That mug have character. But yeah, that was the first time I heard about Squeaks. That sounds a really funny name, I would say. Squeaks, squeaks, squeaksy, squeaky. Huh?
Implant and brain compute interface. I wish I had my cup of Legos, so I got Someone on Tumblr had a dream about me. Seth Everman made weekly YouTube videos where he held a cup full of ice chunks and answered questions. He would shake the cup instead of answering whenever there was a dumb question. My freezer's broken and the store doesn't sell ice. I have this cup full of Legos because I bought 5 kilograms of Lego for no reason. I got...
Lego is cool though. I am still sad we don't have the Lego I had when we grew up. We had like this, like 2 big boxes of random Lego we got through the years. You know, we got like random spaceship and all that, and eventually it ended up in that box. So it was like scrambled all over the place. So it was nothing like you build it and put up in the shelf looking nice and all that. We were building whatever kind of shit, and I kind of miss that, man. That was glorious days. Lego, man, it's so good. What was he talking about? Shaking brains? No, ice. Dumb question, ice.
Got the chance to meet Skrillex in person. I'm not gonna name any names because of privacy reasons and I haven't asked them, but a very generous friend flew me out to Poland. So first I got picked up from my house in this super fancy car where I could even fit my legs for the first time ever in any car ever. I could fit my legs on the airplane as well. First time ever. For some reason...
That is impressive. I mean, I'm not overly tall, but I know the struggle, especially when you're a bunch in a car and the seat is like... I mean, I'm not tall, I'm more round and rotundous, so I take up space in that regard instead. So.
Reason we flew over Salt Lake City, the hotel was crazy.
Wait, Salt Lake City, isn't that in fucking Canada? How the fuck did you fly? Sweden is here. I know that, because Sweden, I am from Sweden. I am from Småland, which is down here in Sweden. But I'm still in Sweden. And I know Poland is over here. So you're flying. And Canada is like way over there. You know, far off. So that would be one heck of a unnecessary tripping there, bro. And Skrillex? I have like... This is the one song of Skrillex. I know who he is, but I haven't really listened to much of his music. Other than like monster-ish something.
Crazy too. I had an entire living room next to the bedroom. Of course, I had some champagne and food.
Man, that's luxury. And all these living rooms. Where's the dead rooms, man? I want a dead room.
Waiting for me as well. And then it was time to go to stud.
Oh god, that looks actually slusky. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. That's my Swedish going through that. Slusky.
On Schloski in Horseshoe, and there he was. And my friend very kindly introduced me to Skrillex, and we got to talk for a little while. And
I love how the enthusiasm on Seth's face. I think that is what's making him so fun, that he keeps his face so stiff and all of that, and it just elevates the fun in it. I love that.
I told him about how my final paper in high school was about his song Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites.
Yes! Oh my god!
And he basically said,
Damn.
"Oh, cool, I have to go now." Now, we got to talk, and I was relatively normal and definitely not awkward. But then he actually...
I mean, normal is overrated, mate. Normal is overrated. We all a little bit wacky, aren't we, to be honest?
We had to go play another gig in Barcelona, so he left, like, very quickly. The rest of the night is a blur, but I remember meeting Casey Fry and this super cool Swedish music producer called Vari, who turned out to be like a super nice guy. And then
I love this here, that the Pentagon. That was kind of neat. Man, maybe I should go for that, you know. The Devil's Hair. It's very, very hot, I have heard.
woke up the next morning, and that's not even all that trip had in store. Which European country do you feel most neutral towards?
Yep. Which is the most neutral? I would go with like Estland, I think. Nothing other than it's Estland, I guess.
I'm gonna say Slovenia. Do it for.
I mean, I assume Slovenia is farting. I mean, come on, man. They must have some internal gases going on there, right? Though Slovenia do have a pretty decent hockey and all of that. So, watching hockey.
What are some artists' soundtracks you've been enjoying?
Intense shakingly. Man, I don't have anything I can shake with. I can shake my fat ass, but that doesn't help.
going lately. I've been listening to Drake.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
depressing.
I need to like get back to therapy very fast. Why are you?
I mean, if you like to listen to Drake, you're fine. Go for it. It's just not my genre of music. I'm only listening to depressive music like rock, metal, I guess.
You quitting YouTube? I could talk about this decision for a really long time, but I'll try to keep it as short as possible, which will be really, really long. My goal was always to become a YouTuber ever since I saw Smosh in 2006. And the idea was very similar to most people's ideas of success, which is to be my own boss, which in turn would lead to some sort of freedom. But in reality, it just put me in a constant state of stress and work. And now I'm always at work. My whole
Oh yeah. I feel this way too much. I gotta admit, because when I started YouTube about 9 years ago, I was inspired by like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Game Grumps, you know, because I wanted to do Let's Plays and stuff like that, and because I enjoyed watching them. I enjoyed to have them listening and watching while I was doing other things. Because when I was working, I was watching and listening to them playing, you know. Don't tell that to my former bosses, but also my former bosses, fuck you. It inspired me because, as Seth says, because being your own boss, being the only one to decide what you do, that's a really amazing thing. Because my previous jobs I had, because yes, believe it or not, I had actual work outside of this. I worked for about a decade in different industries, and sadly though, it also kind of caused me the mental traumas and problems I have today because of, well, many reasons. But yes, so being my own boss is something that is really enticed me, because I wanted to be the one deciding what I'm doing and not. But it also is a constant work. I am constantly stressing out, like, my channel is not growing. Am I doing something wrong? Am I wrong? I mean, I probably both. And that is something that is really hard, because in that sense, I don't want to be PewDiePie. I mean, we are both Swedish, and we're both screaming when we get scared, but I don't want to be that big to begin with, you know. I just want it to be, if I can earn, like, so I can actually live a normal little life. That's it, you know. I think most of us will be happy with that. Being able to work with something we enjoy, something we can decide over, and just be alive. Which is, of course, a requirement to be working, to be alive. But then again, considering how the situation is today, they want you to work even when you're dead. Looking at Robocop. And yeah. So I feel this, man.
Home is work. A vacation should become a vlog. Every
Oh,
TV
God.
show I watch and song I hear should be turned into some sort of content. Like, I shouldn't be relaxing right now. I should be making content. And it just isn't possible for me to turn that mindset off. And I realized this is not how I want to live any longer. And it's
Well, one thing for sure, Seth is lightning clear about this. And it is like that. Being a content creator is really hard, because it's really hard to have that off switch, you know? You know, being able to relax. I haven't had a vacation in years, you know. Over the latest years, I have been traveling, which meant going to a neighboring town to visit friends, like once in the latest 4 years. It never happens. I mean, that mainly because I'm poor, so I can't really travel, you know, because everything is fucking expensive, and if you're poor, fuck you, apparently. And it sucks though. Even when I'm out, I rarely get a chance to just relax, because you're constantly thinking like, man, I could make a video out of this. So Seth is, I feel this way too close, you know, way too. You know, just smacking right in my ballsack. It is feeling like that, and it is tough. It is tough. That is why when I'm talking with friends and stuff like that, other content creators, VTubers and stuff, and they're like, man, I feeling like they constantly need to think about stuff like this. I try to say, if you're a content creator and you're doing like, for example, streaming games or let's plays and stuff like that, find a game and decide this game is a comfort game, aka you will not stream about this game, you will not make videos about this game, you gonna enjoy this video game. It is your game, you know. You play this game. This is only for you to sit there and enjoy by your lonesome, you know. Because as soon as you're starting to think like, man, I could make content out of this game, it kind of ruins, you know. So if you're feeling like that, find a game that you decide like, yeah, this game is just for me to play and enjoy, you know. No content about this game. And if you're worried about, but man, I need to make content. There is many other games or many other things you can do content about. So don't sweat about that detail.
It's been enjoyable sometimes and extremely hard other times. But the ratio of like enjoyment to pain is somehow starting to tip over to the pain side way too heavily. So like over the years, it just like builds up more and more pain. The other main reason is that I'm feeling a pretty big change in how the internet and online content works today compared to when I fell in love with it.
You're not.
When I went to school, I felt like and for years and years, like even when I started making these types of videos about 8 years ago, the internet was super different from what it is today. Short form videos have gone from being these like sort of rare little things to becoming just the standard with TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts.
It is kind of like internet have become like a fast food joint of content, you know? You're consuming it very fast, short burst of random little videos. I mean, YouTube Shorts, the little YouTube Shorts I done generally get more views than like my or normal content here on YouTube. Heck, the little videos I upload on TikTok gets more views. It's super weird. But I also guess it makes sense because it is kind of pushing this algorithm. And yeah, the internet have changed massively over the 10 years. And not to mention, I feel like it's become more corporate, you know? Many companies have seen the success and what they can earn on this adventures and everything. So they're trying to make as much money as they can by, you know, they're creating channels, they support channels, and they sponsors and everything, and it becomes like the entire thing that made YouTube so exciting back in the day, so fun and unique, kind of doesn't exist anymore. Because today you need to have like all this amazing support, you need all these amazing like programs, you need like quality and shit. Otherwise, the algorithm, YouTube in general, is fucking you over. And I guess that is partly because I like to make longer Let's Plays videos, you know? I like to make them between like 30 to an hour. Because I myself, I like those. Honestly, one of my favorite Let's Play series is Markiplier's a series on alien isolation, you know? When he sits there, space, going fucking bonkers about it. I love that because, first of all, I'm a person that like to have videos playing in the background as I'm doing stuff, but also because I like just having it when I'm working myself and I see the video in the corner of my eye, like I'm sometimes like, ooh, I like this part, like, you know? We don't really have that. Today it's more like short videos, it's more compilations and stuff. And I tried to actually make compilation videos, but I don't get any views on those either, so I don't bother. But yeah, internet have changed.
But today,
Definitely.
It's become an entire science. I feel like everything online is slowly converging towards the boring, bland, gray middle point where everyone just tries to maximize retention, views, and this metric and that statistic, which just leads everyone to like the same end product, and it's become beyond saturated. For me and my own creativity, I just don't enjoy where this is going. So after recovering...
Yeah, Jesus Christ, finally. But, you know, after 3rd day, Jesus rose again. That is also something I'm generally talking about at times. Is the how oversaturated everything become, you know. Especially if you're someone that want to start with like YouTube these days or TikTok or whatever, how hard it is for someone new to even have a chance to get out there because it is so completely oversaturated with different people and creators, already established massive names, and many that can maybe they get a chance, maybe they get lucky because that is part of it, lucky to get a chance to even get exposure or stuff like that. And no, I don't mean like, oh, if you do this, I pay an exposure, but no, not that kind of bullshit. But rather, just the sense of having a chance of succeeding with this, you know. And it is tough to see. It is rough, you know. I've been doing YouTube for well, at least about 9 years now, ish, something like that. And my channel is about 25,500 subscribers, which is kind of crazy in a way, you know? I never thought that would be so many that actually subscribe to this little shitty channel. And then I see people like complain like, oh, I only got 20k in like a few months, and I'm like sitting there like, well, I mean, yeah, I can understand if you feel it's tough, but I'm feeling kind of hurt here right now. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of sucks. Like, some people manage to get like instant success, but not enough for them. Which, yeah, sure, having goals is good. Aim for the top, whatever. But sitting there myself, it's like, man, well, this kind of hurts. Well, I'm gonna go cry a bit.
For my Skrillex night.
Time for the food that I got last night for breakfast. They have an entire channel that plays forensic files, episode after episode. I've watched like 30 episodes of forensic files.
I love Poland.
Forensic videos and stuff like that in general is pretty fun, I will say. You know, I'm watching like YouTube's like coffee house crimes and that chapter it's called, right? I don't remember the names. I'm hopeless with names, but stuff like that is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, I would say.
Finally managed to make my way outside. Beautiful Sunset Boulevard, Gdansk. And while going up to Hollywood, Gdansk, the highlight of my entire trip happened.
Gdansk, these nuts. I don't know why, but that sounds just funny in my head. Oh, okay, yeah. I love how that dog actually kind of looked like Seth, doesn't it? It have these like staring, it like looking, end my misery, please. But that's a good dog. Oh, I love huskies. I love dogs in general. Dogs, animals, amazing. You know, I'm just saying.
So after taking my Uber to Bydgoszcz, I finally arrived at Universal Studios. I went to Krusty Land, stood in line, and then it was time for the Universal train. I actually...
Krusty Lands? That sounds a bit
managed
crusty.
to sit next to some dudes who recognized me from YouTube, and they were all working at Microsoft. Saad, if you're watching this, please leave a comment. Thank you. I also had the great luck of sitting exactly where you get splashed by the most water legally allowed. Then...
Oh, it's the Dilophosaurus. Is that what they were called? The Speedies ones? The Speedies in Jurassic Park. Man, somewhat that part when it ate up, when they you know spit on Dennis and then ate him, that kind of always creeped me out because you know, I don't know why, being a fat guy losing ability to see, scary stuff.
Completely soaked, I made my way over to...
It's a Mario! Look, it's me! That was me and Seth! Oh boy, and Hogsmeade. Well, Hogtown there, huh?
The Harry Potter place, and this, which made me immediately leave and go back to Gdansk. At Santa Gdansk Pier,
Gdansk looks extra nice during the sunset.
I actually bumped into a really nice viewer who came all the way from Chile. So it was probably extremely weird for him to see me there, of all places.
Yeah, baby.
truly a fantastic country, Poland. Tomorrow it's time.
It's kind of fun. Kind of funny because many of my childhood friends were actually Polish when I grew up. Super Jock, if you're out there, I remember you. And I thought it was kind of funny because also one of my mods, Nana, is Polish, and actually lots of friends from Poland. I have deep connection to Poland. Polando, the Cossack kurwa, the Hussars flies.
Time to leave. So, see ya. I took an Uber back home to watch more forensic files and eat extremely tasty foods.
Oh, that looks Oh no.
The next morning I was...
Why am I laughing at that? It's just, I'm sorry. I see anus and genitals. I start to laugh. I'm a shackle monster. Oh my god, this is so good though.
It's extremely awkward at the private airport lounge.
Maybe later. Sure.
Ooh.
And then I had a great flight back home.
Was that Hofstone?
And since then, I've just been in my studio having post-Skrillex depression. I love you. By the way, do not play a very spooky evil tone when responding to... No. So here's what the studio room...
You know, as just like Seth, if you tell me to do something or I shouldn't do something, I will do it. If I walk into a room, whatever, if I'm playing a game or if it's real life and they say, Michael, don't touch that, I will not touch it. I will lick it. I'm just saying.
Room looked like when I started renting it. I went to IKEA and bought a bunch of stuff, and now it looks like this. I actually have my YouTube award things up for the first time ever. I put this
Ooh, I love the Nintendo 64 there as well. That is amazing. And here I put all of my YouTube rewards, if I had any, which I don't, but I probably wouldn't be able to afford it anyway, so who cares?
rug in and cut out the perfect shape for the walls. Professional perfection, Seth Everman. And I got the Samsung Odyssey screen.
That's a huge... What the hell? I didn't even know they had that big screens. Am I so out of loop with technology these days? I probably am. I'm old.
I've got it set up so that I can plug my MacBook, PC, and PS5 into it at the same time. And like just switch between the sources. This button switches my mouse and keyboard between my PC and Mac. So I only need one of each. And the audio stuff is just complicated and annoying. But it works.
I have no idea what I'm looking at. I mean, I grew up in a household with musicians. I've seen stuff like this, like all, you know, it's amplifiers and whatnot, whatever they have for the instruments and all of that. And I still don't understand a shit. But then again, I never learned anything. It's just weird. It looked like something they taken out from an airplane and then plug in some cables and say, like, this is for music now.
Works and goes into the speakers, instruments, little Nintendo items, other games and items. This table is tiny, but it folds out for all of my...
Oh, that's actually the kind of table I actually have in my kitchen, because you don't have enough space.
0 friends. I'm supposed to put 2 foldable IKEA chairs in there, but they've literally been out of stock this entire year. Lots and lots of fake plants from IKEA. Cursed storage with like 5 cents that don't fit in the room.
That's
also,
horror.
Little robot vacuum guy for my house. Arnold, and this little guy. Can I just quickly show you how beautiful my U2s is? The attention to detail is spectacular. He's literally playing a tiny little synth and sitting in my living room. Like, he's literally...
That's cute, though.
Like, he's literally in my living room. You can't see that. He's available on U2s.com for a limited time, and once he sells out, he's gone forever. It's literally a small version of me that you can do anything you want with. Play with him, pet him, put him in a jar, etc. How has being the...
I'm sorry, it's going places where you should not be. It's not my fault he's looking like a dick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
bald guy affected you mentally and sexually greatly? Do you have any career decisions you
Oh god. I mean, to be fair, there's no risk for me going bald in the nearest future. I mean, the hair tells its story, I guess.
regret?
Terrible.
Yes, very many. Never enough time. If you could have one extra day in the week, what would you name it?
I would call it Flabbergarden. Flabbergarden sounds like a great day.
Steve, is this
That's what Steve is even better.
like Unus Annus? I get the similarities, but no, we are not the
Unus
same.
Annus.
I never had the chance to watch Unus Annus when it was happening, but I know
Yeah, that was, me neither actually. Which is a shame because it looked like it was really fun and did lots of stuff, and I saw lots of random clips though. So, man, that honestly was a really cool project.
that
My
both
God.
Mark and Ethan are good, extremely tall creators, and from all I heard about Unus Annus, it seemed great. Their whole concept was to create videos for a year and then delete them, but they are both still around on the internet creating their own content and stuff.
Yeah.
For me, it's the opposite. I'm gonna leave the internet, but my content is still gonna be here. How do I evade
How do I evade taxes? Kill them.
access is for my college project. Just run. Do you think you will miss being a YouTuber? I despise making YouTube videos, but I do enjoy all the nice comments and all the people I get to meet. Okay, so I'm making a really shitty website. Bald Store 69. Where does the humor come from, brain? What is your
True. It's all in the brain. It's all inside of you. It is like when people say like depression. It's all just in your head. No, sir. It's in my knee. Of course it's in my head, dumbass. For some reason I have 3 different Santa hats. I don't know why. Ho ho ho, bitches.
favorite movie and TV show? I know it's Lord of the Rings and X-Files, but here you go. Lord of the Rings and X-Files. What?
That's good stuff. Though I will say, when I was a kid and I heard the X-File theme, it terrified me. Because I remember seeing random episodes as a kid. And it was very like gory and brutal and scary. And I would always associate that theme. Do, 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 do. And that would like instantly like throw me PTSD. Like, and so every time I was trying to sleep, and the problem was my bedroom when I was small, when we lived in the countryside, was above the living room. So I would hear that, and I was like instantly like, but no.
What's your go-to recipe when you're craving chicken in any way, shape, or
Frozen.
form? Chicken. There is only 1 month until I leave YouTube and the internet forever. And even if I did post a video per day, which was a joke by the way, there still wouldn't be enough time to fully thank you guys for these years we've spent on YouTube. I leave the internet on November 27th, but on Sunday, November 26th, I'll be having a live stream until midnight when I go offline forever. So I hope to see you there. And until then, Bald Store. Like and subscribe.
He did not even finish it. Oh, that H above guy. That's nice. But we're not supposed to watch it. So yeah, I fully understand Seth's reason to quitting YouTube. And honestly, I have been on the same thoughts for quite a while now, actually. Mainly because I have lots of mental health issues, and I've been struggling to figure out what do I do? What am I doing things wrong constantly? Because it kind of gnaws on me inside constantly that my channel is just there, you know. I trying my best, but apparently that's not enough, you know. And then you self-loathing, it's just eating on me, and as he said, it's a constant like thinking, like, man, should I make content out of this? Should I make content out of this? I don't know. Should I? The constantly thinking, and it's a lot of work. And I have to say, I applaud Seth Everman for having the courage to actually do this, because it's not an easy decision. Because when you've done this, it's not easy. That is the reason why I'm not quit, because I'm stubborn. I'm afraid that all these years of work I put into this, because I uploaded how many? Like almost 5,000 videos over 9 years. That's a lot of fucking videos. That's a lot of hours spent. And I guess I'm just afraid because it feels like I failed. Because part of this, why I wanted also to succeed, was to show my family and friends that I can do this, you know. And now it also kind of hurts because I really wanted to show this to my some of my grandparents that is not alive today because well, they died, as time usually goes, you know, depressing as it is. And that is also something that really makes me, I want to continue on with this kind of stuff, you know. I don't have the courage nor the strength to do what Seth is doing, even if probably would probably be the wisest. Maybe I will take a break at least, and I'm trying to cut it out. I have been less, you know, uploading over the years. Well, the year. Sometimes I do take a day off or something like that, and I don't stream as much as I did, and yeah, that do happens, and I will probably keep that up because it is just very exhausting. So it's gonna be sad. I will not lie. It's gonna be sad to see Seth go. As a fan myself, I will be sad, but also I am happy that he do what he feels is right for him. You know, that is the most important thing. I think most of us do agree. It sucks to see someone we looking up to, someone we enjoy watching, make this step. But it's also whatever they want to do. I mean, he could probably force himself to continue doing this, but he would probably not enjoy this and probably hate it. And yeah, so I am happy doing what he feels is right. It is sad, of course, and I'm gonna try to be there watching the stream. Hopefully I can watch at least some of it. Otherwise, I might be sleeping. It's Sunday. What am I doing Sundays? Absolutely fucking nothing. So, a bit random video, yes, and I just wanted to check this out and give my thoughts about it and support Seth in his endeavor, what he's going to do after this, I don't know. But I hope he will do whatever he feels is fun for him. And if he ever wants to do some sort of content creation ever in the future, I hope he do what he feels is right. And Seth, I'm still holding that invitation for some Dungeons and Dragons or whatever to you. If you ever want to play, just for funsies, no content or anything, just fun. I think that would be fun, at least. At least for some of us. Into my dungeon, Seth. I have a mod dungeon. Or something like that. But yes, I will be back with more things here on the channel. So thank you for watching. See you later. And have a continued super great day.